It's alive. It's alive. All right. So it's been a couple days. That's because I was waiting on these new breather bungs. That's because I was waiting for new grommets because I originally tore the original ones. But these are now all installed. So we can go ahead and finally officially throw this intake in the car. Alright, the intake and electronic boost control solenoid are pretty much all set up. Got this all running down to the intake or the inlet tube for the turbo. Alright, so right off this first bung comes over, feeds right into here. So once again, follow it through. Here goes to the first bung. Alright, I already have it clamped down. Here's the other for the intake tube. Follow our line that I created. It goes to port number 1 on our Grimspeed boost control solenoid. Port number 3, follow it through. This goes over to our little turbo tube inlet, whatever you want to call that, compressor tube, compressor outlet. And then our wastegate right down here, also clamped off already. Follow it through. And it comes right over here to port number 2, so number 2. And real quick little guidance on how I got this mounted up. So you can see the bracket. So you can see this bracket attaches to this little bolt. However, I had to swap this bolt with this one. This one was a little too short, so you only had like 1 or 2 threads of this nut to hold it on. This bolt right here was a little bit longer, so I swapped those two, and that's how I got this mounted. Just a little tidbit of information for you. So of course, this was previously on our stock boost controller, which we no longer need. So I used all of the clamps and stuff from the old one to go ahead and clamp up on all of our locations. So everything is now on there tight. Have it feeding mostly stock. So we'll see how everything's gonna work for that. And yeah, I think we're pretty much set to go ahead and do our engine oil. Once the engine oil is in there, we can go ahead and start the car up, and I can do the coolant flush, drop the car down, and we'll go ahead and check for any types of leaks that we can see before we drop the car actually. Now since I will be having a whole bunch of new stuff, not only am I going to change the oil, I'm also going to do our filter. So we'll have brand new fluids. Ooh, that is black. Ooh, nasty. And of course, oil I will always be using, Mobil 1 5W30. And then the Mobil 1 filter, we're using the M1 104 Alpha. Alright, let's go ahead and coat up our new O-ring on here. Fill it up with some oil, slap it on. So with the filter all changed, let's go ahead and throw a new gasket on our drain plug, and then we'll get ready to go ahead and fill her up. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, dipstick reads good. We're about filled up. Put the cap on, we're about to start her up. Ladies and gentlemen. Man, fingers crossed, please. So keep in mind, I do not have coolant in there. I just want to make sure she fires up. And I'll do like a quick leak test to see what happens or if any codes show up on the dash. But yeah, let's go ahead and try this. Alright, first witness. It's going to be Heather, so let's go ahead and start her up. That means it's time to get serious.
There's no check engine lights on?
Not that I see. It's alive. It's alive. All right. Well, that was a fail. What I thought I did was set up a time lapse, but what I went ahead and did was I flushed out the system with some distilled water, got that all cleaned up, and I ended up filling up about a quarter of the way of our tank right here. So now what we can go ahead and do is fill up our coolant system. So make sure your car is cold, it's not hot. If it's hot, it's gonna freaking burst all over you and burn you pretty bad. So I only ran the car for like not even a minute, like half an hour ago now, so it's nice and cold. So there is our coolant, and to be safe I went ahead with genuine Mitsubishi coolant. That way I don't have to worry about putting in the wrong stuff. Now as a pointer, you want to make sure you're don't pour in too fast, because it needs to go ahead and fill through this whole line. So what you can do too is you can go ahead and sit here and squeeze this line. What that's going to do is help get rid of any bubbles. So basically at the end of it, you're going to want to go ahead and just barely see the fluid at the top of what this tube would be. So that's what we're aiming for. So this was the same funnel I used for the oil. I went ahead and went in the house, rinsed it out really good. You don't want to get any extra contaminants inside of this system. So this is a freshly cleaned little funnel. So I'll be pouring slowly. She's going to help me go ahead and squeeze this tube. I'll squeeze this one. That's going to help puff out all the little air bubbles that are in there. So that's what our goal is. It's a nice blue-green color. Alright, just to show you guys, I guess it's kind of hard to show you, it's all reflecting, but the fluid's basically coming to the top of this hose, and that's where we want it. So keep in mind too, when you guys are squeezing this, don't squeeze it overly hard. I was doing that and it was like splooshing out. So little words of wisdom for you. But yeah, so now that it's filled to that point, I'm going to go ahead and start the car up. I'm going to have Heather stand out here and let me know when it starts to bubble up, because once it starts bubbling up, it's going to start rising. That's when you shut the car off, you throw this cap on, and you should be pressurized. So that's how we're going to go ahead and do that operation. So scratch that plan. Heather's going to go turn the car on, and then when we see that start to bubble up, I'll have her shut down the car, and we'll throw this cap on. Yeah, you're cute. Alright, so we have the car fan all the way on to the highest setting, and it's on the highest heat setting. So we're going to go ahead, and you're ready to go ahead and start her up. Go ahead. I'll tell you when to shut it off. Alright, we have a slight delay over here. She started seeing the little white vapors from all the WD-40 and all the PB blasters. She started freaking out. Or it could have even been the manifold itself with its ceramic coating melting off. But anyways, it was white, so we should be okay. I think I convinced her that we can go ahead and start. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, cap is officially back on, and we are ready to rock and roll. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making and editing it. That was a fun one. You guys got to see the initial startup of our brand new Rally Art build. I'm pretty excited about that, but we're not done here. In the next couple videos, you guys are going to see my whole flex fuel system come to life. So that consists of a Walbro 450 fuel pump, injectors, inline fuel filter, Energy Ops flex fuel kit. So with that being said, go ahead and stay tuned, because a lot more stuff is coming for the car. We're not done yet, and we're going to be going ahead and start our tuning process, which I've actually already started by the time you guys see this video. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to the turbo build, downpipe, manifold, intake, lay them down in this video right here. and we'll keep the flex fuel system questions for the later videos. So with that being said, I want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for the continued support. I really do appreciate you guys. Make these videos for you. Hopefully give you a little guidance on what to expect with doing a turbo on an Evo 10 or the Ralliart, heck it, maybe even the Lancer. So glad it helps you guys out there. Other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching. Never live your life on auto, and I will see you guys in the next couple videos. Peace.